Looking to see the world? So... So... Yeah? So... So... Yeah? So... So... I could use some near grog. Not unless you think you're tough enough to track down the man I'm hunting. Everything I know is in that logbook. I'd find him myself if I had the money to get back on the waves. But for now, I'm just another landlubber selling tours.
Ah, Captain Capsize. I see you've already settled in and started making friends.
I don't want friends. What I want is someone willing to drag that pirate pretender back to reality. Then he can have a long and meaningful conversation with the sole of my boot.
Which won't happen unless you take the time to explain our situation. A while ago, I invited a pirate named Guybrush Threepwood and his wife Elaine to celebrate their honeymoon here on the Sea of Thieves.
You mean a fraud named Guybrush Threepwood? Though I'd also accept liar, imposter, figurehead thief.
Guybrush accepted my invitation, but his ship never arrived. After a while, I began to fear the worst. So I began making inquiries in the Sea of the Damned.
And found me stuck there, sailing in circles in my old glass-bottomed boat. Something that looked like it anyway.
A memory of yours made real by the Sea of the Damned. In that realm, people and places from long ago can come back to haunt you, mingling with all the hopes and dreams in your heart. I fear that Guybrush has become trapped in memories of his own. Memories of a distant pirate sanctuary known as Melee Island. If he is not rescued, he will remain sealed in a dream world for all eternity, surrounded by fragments of his past. That is why I have asked Kate to recruit pirates who are both willing and able to broach the Sea of the Damned and save Guybrush.
And then everybody here will see what a pathetic dope he really is. It's a good plan. Think they can pull it off?
I believe they can. Kate learned of Guybrush's whereabouts, but was never able to reach him. You will be sailing into uncharted territory. On Melee Island, things may be very different from the Sea of Thieves you know.
Which is why you should take my logbook. But don't lose it. Once Threepwood has been rescued, I'm going to make him eat every last page.
You should keep an open mind, Kate. Out here, enemies can enter the same tavern and depart as friends.
When it comes to Guybrush Threepwood, I don't need an open mind. Only a closed fist. Well, don't just stand there. Sail through that archway and find Threepwood. The logbook I gave you has everything you need to know.
Like chickens? Be careful with those snakes.
What do you need? Well, back to work. Stop by again sometime.
incredible end to an amazing adventure. I outwitted the evil pirate LeChuck, caused an avalanche, kinda, and lived to tell the tale. Even better, Elaine and I finally got married, and all of our friends were there too. I don't think we've ever been happier. Now all we have to do is set a course and begin our honeymoon, sailing on the Sea of Thieves. To get there, we have to pass through the Devil's Shroud. Elaine says it's no big deal so long as we follow the map, but I don't know. I miss seeing the stars. I had the nightmare again. I wake up in our cabin. Elaine is gone. And at the end of my bed, LeChuck is there, laughing at me. It's crazy, I know. I left him buried back on Monkey Island, but why does it feel so real? I can almost hear the laughter. But when I did get back to sleep, I had a very different dream. I was back where it all began, on my quest to become a legendary pirate. Back at the start of my very first adventure.
Ahoy there, stranger. New in town? Well, I am a pirate, but alas, I am not a captain. Truth be told, I haven't been out on the waves for many a month. It all began when that LeChuck business forced us back to shore. Once he was the terror of the Caribbean, roaming the seas on his fearsome ghost ship until he was scuppered by the legend of Monkey Island. Oh, not what, who? I'm talking about the most fearless felon to ever don a captain's hat and sail straight into the waiting maw of death itself. Guybrush Threepwood. Once we heard what had happened to LeChuck, most of us pirates chose to retire. There's no point trying to compete with the legend of Monkey Island. Our governor is none other than the legend of Monkey Island himself. He keeps this whole area prosperous for his fellow pirates. His mansion is on the other side of town, but pirates aren't as welcome around there as they used to be. Because the governor's a busy man, that's why. Caught up writing his memoirs. It's the most pre-ordered book ever published on May. Come to think of it, it's also the first book ever published on Melee Island. But that just makes it even more. You should talk to the important-looking pirates in the next room. If you're to stand any chance of seeing the governor, they can tell you where to go and what. My name is Mancom Seepgood. What of who? Never heard of it. Now I've sailed as far as Dinky Island, but Melee Island is a place to be nowadays, thanks to the governor. Now that you're here, you should relax and take a load off. Uh-oh, looks like my grog is going flat, so you'll have to excuse me. Maybe not on this Sea of Thieves you're so proud of, but in these parts, we prefer a beverage with a little extra kick to it. Kerosene, red dye, number 2. If you're brave enough to try some for yourself, we usually sneak ours out of the big barrel in the kitchen. You can join us in a toast to the legend of Monkey Island. That's why this is the world-famous Melee Island, of course. Home to some of the filthiest rogues and rascals you'll ever cross paths with. Though if I were you, I'd not stray too far beyond the village. The weather's taken an awful turn tonight. A stranger could get lost in that peace. Oh, plenty of places to spend your pieces of 8. Though I'd wager most will be closed at this hour. Except maybe the general store. Then there's the old jail, the church. But if you ask me, there's nowhere better than this.
hands off. That key's for official town business only. Come to share a table with me? Come to share...
Where's that blasted cook? Me crew and I are parched drier in Boulder Beach.
Aye. 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 You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from... Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects. Elegant points, sorry, but on some topics I just get carried. Aye.
Leave me be! I'm...
Is that fresh meat I spy? Tremble, mortal, before the mighty skulls of scum.
It's been longer than a rat's tail since I last set me sockets on a would-be pirate, though I could swear we've crossed paths before. But never mind all that. You'll be here to undertake the 3 trials, I'll wager.
The 3 trials!
Aye, that takes me back. I want to be a mighty pirate. Where do I collect me hat?
Well, if you're here to prove your worth to us, too bad. We're no longer in charge around here. Aye, and what would be the point? There's not a pirate wannabe alive who could hold a candle to the legend of Monkey Island.
No, please, not the speech again.
The mightiest pirate ever weigh anchor!
Scourge of the Caribbean, terror of the Tri-Island territories, master of 1,000 insults.
A man who could hold his breath for 60 minutes. Governor Guy Rush Greenwood.
All that toasting of the governors made me thirsty.
Time for some more grog! Grog, 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 grog!
What business do you have with us now? Speak up and be quick about it.
I am no mere decoration. We are the esteemed Skulls of Scum, stars of the most disreputable tavern on Melee Island.
Aye, this be a place so foul. Even the roaches have to hold their breath. The floorboards are rotten. The tankards are rusty.
And half the customers will run you through just for the fun of it. What's not to enjoy?
In all my centuries, I've never found a better place to hang my head. Excuse me. I've got something in my eye hole.
Oh, don't you dare start blubbering. You can be so embarrassing sometimes.
Well, maybe that holds true somewhere like the Sea of Thieves. But pirates in these parts hold themselves to a different standard. Time was, you could earn the approval of the pirate leaders here, but that was then, and this is now. The only way they'll respect me.
Good luck with that. Threepwood's not set foot out of that mansion for almost a year. His guards...
Of course. What could happen to the legend of Monkey Island? If you ask me, he and his missus are off on some grand adventure.
And if you ask me, Threepwood's gotten himself locked in a closet somewhere. And
just ignore him. If anyone knows how to meet the governor, it'll be that set of salty sea dogs over yonder. If you've yet to do so, you should go and say hello. Aye, that they be. They've got their own pirate law nowadays. And his name is Governor...
I told you not to use his name. It gives me a toothache.
You'll have to forgive Murray. He and the governor had a falling out a while back. Something to do with a missing arm.
Missing? It was an act of theft and wanton dismemberment. And one day, I shall exact my demonic vengeance. Of course, these gullible fools may think of him as a legend, but I am not deceived. I have spent years plotting my retribution. However, the customers and I have formed an eternal bond. They will never let me leave, not unless someone can provide a replacement. I am Murray, the demonic talking skull. All pirates hear my name.
Ha! Pay no attention to that blowhard. He left his...
At least I can remember my own name, not like some other skulls I could mention. And one day I shall return to the waves to unleash a new reign of chaos.
Sure you will. But for now, we provide what you might call the in-house entertainment. Telling jokes, hurling vile insults at pirate wannabes, and enthralling folks with tales of skullduggery and misdeeds.
I'm just here for the insults. You stink, ugly.
We're still workshopping some of our material.
Hey, you leave that skull alone. He's got a job to do.
That's for kitchen staff only. Hey, you shouldn't be back here because it's the rules, that's why. Customers stay out front where they can't mess everything up. Oh, right. Well, I guess you can look around. But don't touch anything. I want something fiery and hearty. Tough, yet tender. Just like the legend of Monkey Island, it's too bad I'm still missing one of the ingredients. Meat stew. When I can find the time to spice the meat, chop the veg, and add this special ingredient like I was told. Sure enough, the lady from the Mojo shop stopped by before the governor's guards closed her down with a box of root beer sprinkles. She told me to add them to the grog and anything I cooked to provide us all protection against insidious supernatural threats or something. Don't know why, but I hate to see good grub go to waste, and they don't taste half bad, so into the cooking. Yeah, in the barrel. But don't think you can just go helping yourself. It's the expensive, extra strong Governor's Special Reserve. I got a batch of it in stock in case the legend of Monkey Island ever stops by for a drink. But you need a strong stomach for the stuff, or you'll be out cold before long. Anyway, forget about all that. And don't touch it. Can't help you there. I've just hired a new assistant, and they should be starting today. Assuming they show up, don't know what the delay is all about. But I hope they remember to pick up their uniform from the general store. I've had it reserved all week. Of course it matters. Cooking's a messy business, and you need to look the part. I just hope they get here soon. As soon as they arrive, I'm...
Back so soon? You've plenty of questions, I'll be bound.
What be ye wanting? Now that's the sort of question I'd expect from a pirate wannabe. Melee Island is pretty much wall-to-wall. Granted, more than a few folks have retired from a life on the high seas and taken up other lines of work, but pretty much everyone you'll rub shoulders with has flown the Jolly Roger at one time or another, and none of us are ashamed to admit it. Why should it? Governor Threepwood is in charge now, and there's no pirate more lawless, lethal, and larcenous than he. The days of being clapped in irons by the local sheriff are long gone, and it's all thanks to... I assume you mean pieces of eight? That's the currency we trade in here on Melee Island, not gold or other such nonsense. The cook could have been persuaded to take you on, but he's already hired himself a new assistant, so you're out of luck there. Well, I'm sure if you keep your eyes peeled, you'll spot a few stray... Of course, a real pirate would notice more nefarious opportunities to fill their pockets. What's the matter? You got seawater in your ears? Let me spell it out for you. Governor Threepwood is our legend of Monkey Island. He's been everywhere, seen it all, and stolen most of it. Adventures, the rest of it. The only way you'll be considered a true pirate is if the governor himself declared you to be worthy of following in his footsteps. Ah! Oh, you think so? You can't just stroll up to the governor's door and challenge him to a spitting contest, you know. But there is one way. A man in town can be your ticket to an audience. They say it lies east of here, but its exact location is a great mystery to all but the chosen few, including the governor and his wife, Elaine Marley. The whole of Monkey Island is surrounded by a strange mist that makes sailing there a treacherous prospect, unless you know exactly what you're doing. Oh, really? Well, most folks tended to avoid the place once the ghost pirate LeChuck began to use Monkey Island as his pirate lair. Only the governor was brave enough to bring together a crew and make it all the way to Monkey Island to rescue his beloved bride. It's just one more reason he's held in such high regard. But I don't suppose even he knows every secret the island has to offer.
Back again? You're persistent, I'll give you that. Back again? You're persistent, I'll give you that. Ah, pay him no heed or he'll talk your ear off all night. Claims to hail from somewhere called Sailor's Grave, wherever that may be. Only when he starts up with a shanty. I never heard such a tuneless, talentless assault against the performing arts. He claims it's the best he can do on account of lacking a full set of vocal cords. But if you ask me, he's just doing it for the attention. You mean purveyors of tea, silks, that sort of thing? We don't allow them to operate here on me. The pirates gotta eat, though, so we do take in shipments of goods from other islands. One of them sank at the docks just the other day, in fact. What do I look like, a merchant? All I know is the governor keeps this place running just fine. We're never wanted for if you're peckish and low on funds, you could always find a fishing rod. See if you can't catch some. Decided to chance your luck with the governor's guards, eh? Well, you can't head up, through town, and through the archway below the clock tower. You might think so, but the fact of the matter is that the decided head up, through town. You might think so, but the fact of the matter is that the guards will turn you away unless you got an official invitation. Now, I don't know where you'd go about acquiring such a thing, but there's one particular citizen whose specialty is finding what you need. Pay him no heed or he'll tuck your ear off on. Only when he starts up with a shanty, he claims it's the best he can do. Each of us underwent the 3 trials way back when and became mighty pirates. But since you ask, I'll let you in on a little secret. The trick of being in charge is to make yourself look important. That's why we took the best stable in the house for ourselves and lined ourselves up. Well, there's no need to be like that about it. There's plenty of other pirates who wish they thought of it.
Back so soon? You've plenty of questions, I'll be bound. Tests by which a pirate might prove themselves worthy of the title. There were 3 to be faced. Trouble was, once word began to spread about the legend of Monkey Island and all that he'd accomplished, the trials looked pretty feeble by comparison. That we did, but no matter how dangerous, deceitful, and despicable the trials became, not one of them held a candle. Eventually, nobody could manage to complete the trials, and the whole system was abandoned. They say the name scum comes from a language invented by one of the first and most influential pirates who dreamed of us all sharing a common speech. Some called him a genius, others a maniac. His knowledge and wisdom was passed down at a prestigious institute known as Scum University. Who can say, if it hadn't been for the drive and vision of those pirate pioneers, we might not be He may not look it, but Governor Threepwood has the strength and stamina of 10 men. He's the champion of both our caber tossing and spitting contest. When it comes to his skill with a blade, his insults have flummoxed the sword master herself. Aye, that's a trick you'll get to learn if and when the governor judges you to be a worthy pirate. A devastating witticism delivered at just the right moment can throw your opponent off balance. We pirates have our pride to consider after all. was her name, back before she became Mrs. Elaine Marley Threepwood. Few could win her heart. She was a fine leader, and just as fine a match for the legend of Monkey Island. Though that's putting it mildly. When Elaine invited him for dinner, LeChuck was instantly smitten. And needless to say, the legend of Monkey Island wasn't about to stand for that. It ignited a bit. But that was a long time past now. Makes me old.
Hey, keep your greedy hands to yourself. Hey, keep your greedy hands to yourself.
Hey now, supplies of the Legend of Monkey Island figurine set are still limited, so there's a long waiting list. Hey now, supplies of the... That's fresh stock. That's fresh stock. A history book detailing the That's a cute stuffed toy modeled after the three-headed monkey of Monkey Island. Very popular with kids and animals, or so I'm told. Sorry, but these items here, they're display models. Hey, it's not my fault these Legend of Monkey Island action figures are hot property. My latest shipment got sunk down at... Oh, then you need an exclusive Legend of Monkey Island meet and greet ticket. One of which but I can tell just by looking at you that you can't afford. Tell you what, if you can bring me my missing cargo, I'll not only give you the ticket free of charge, I'll be able to sell you some other mementos. Deal? Deal. Now.
You lost? Well, then you come to the right pirates. We know pretty much everything that happens here on Melee Island. Yeah, then you're in luck. A ship full of valuables went down in the harbor here not so long ago. Of course, even if you could find a way to raise its cargo up out of the water, you'd need the proper tools to crack it. Some parts of the town are still being renovated. Who knows? Ah, up by the island lookout, no question. There's a pathway that leads to him just outside. If the weather weren't so strange lately, you'd be able to see all the way across the island. Not much reason to head up there, though, unless you're planning to swindle a few pieces. At this time, the chefs are real... Well, you could try begging a gunpowder gummy off of one...
I can't help it. There's... The governor's guard dogs get tormented by the guards, you see. I bet if they what you do, they'll be snor...
Let me guess. Another pirate wannabe looking for easy answers. Well, let me tell you something. We love pirate wannabes looking for easy answers. Let me guess. Of course we are. Now, they say that they did... well, you should check...
Wait just a second. By order of the governor, mischievous potions and all forms of That means this shop is permanently closed for business.
I don't think so, stranger. This ain't Wally's Duff Map shop no more, and that means it's off limits to the likes of you. And since I don't see no uniform, and you... Ahoy there, fancy pants.
Keep your hands off the display cases. I just polished them. Well, money's still money no matter what time. Besides, leaving your store unattended, you have no idea how many swords, shovels, and other nautical accessories I had go missing when I was out running my errands. Now, there was a time when I might have taken a moonlight stroll to go and see. Wait! That's nobody else's business. Ruff!
so you're the new cook for the Scum Bar. Nice job. Well, the costume was never paid for, so if you still have a job to go to, you'll need to settle the bill. Now, you best hurry before somebody else... there's a chest over there you can use to change clothes. Free of charge for paying customers. What? Turn my back so you can pocket whatever's in my safe? Whew, you must think I was born yesterday. Well, all my wares are right here on display, save for the reserve stuff. Feel free to browse around, but don't touch anything. You don't suppose correctly. I deal in pieces of 8, just like everybody else here on Melee Island. And before you ask, no, I don't offer credit. Find me some silver or you... Nice try, but I don't think so. This... That's the mighty pirate sword used by the legend. I got some fresh stock coming in. Now that's a special order. That's the rubber chicken with a pulley. It's modeled on the famous contraption.
And where do you think?
Yeah.
The governor's mansion is off limits to anyone who hasn't got enough. If you can't show me something to prove you're expected, you can turn right back around.
Are you a visitor? It's been so long since I've had anyone but Captain Coco to talk to. Oh, there was a little misunderstanding after I came back from Monkey Island. But it wasn't my fault. You ever try to sail a galleon crewed entirely by monkeys? They sure have. But it's okay. I'm good friends with the Legend of Monk. I'm sure he'll be along to let me out. Just as soon as he's finished his important, and it's not like I'm alone this time. Captain Coco and I keep one another company. If he didn't have me to talk to, he'd have lost his mind by now. Where? Oh, no. That's Captain Coco. He was... Hello! Oh, it's simple. Captain Coco and I met back when I was stranded. Our monkey crew didn't trust me back then, so he was my only friend. And we've been inseparable ever since. Hey! I don't know how it is where you come from, but eating your shipmates is not okay. I'd sooner go back to That would be great! But I don't know how you would. The sheriff has all the keys. I don't know, Otis. Those locks look pretty. That is a great idea. Oh, shucks. You say the nicest things. Good luck. Are you a visitor?
Ahoy there, fancy pants. That's a special...
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Want to see something hilarious? There's a pack of piranha poodles in this alley that can't stand the sound of this thing. Watch. Oh, what's the matter? Can't you reach your lovely pony din-dins? All right, that's enough, you mangy mutts. Go lay down. I said that's enough. We guard the governor now, not you pathetic pooches. So get used to it. Now move along and don't start any trouble. I'm on break. Hey, get your own snacks, you even pirate wannabes. Those will burn a hole in your tongue.
Hey, get your sticky fingers off my money. Don't think I don't see you. Yikes! Don't sneak up on me like that. Yeah, I don't so much care for chatting with the folks in town. Most of them just sit around. I'd just as soon tend them a fire and stay out of trouble. But if you're looking for excitement, you should. Here's a little free advice, though, chum. Stay out of the way of the governor's guards. No, I know they may seem harmless, but... You what? A ship, you say? Ooh, this could be serious. That's the last time I ever buy a second-hand spyglass. Yikes! Don't sneak up on my job, that's what. I'm the official. It's my job to keep an eye out for storms. Incoming your ship. No offense, but that's barely a... The Sea Monkey. Well, now, that was a ship worth talking about. Hey, get your sticky fingers off my money. Don't think I don't see you.
lost? Well, then you come to the right pirates. Yeah, then you're in luck. Of course, some parts of the... You lost? Well, then you...
Ahoy there, fancy pants. Keep your hands off the display. Well, oh my, what you do? And before nice. Well, oh.
Hey, that's my cargo. I thought it'd be fish food by now. Looks like I'm back in business. This meet and greet ticket will get you an audience with the legend of Monkey Island. Only one in existence, but I'd say you've earned it. That's fresh stuff. Golds, nope. The Tri-Island Chamber of... I heard... Gold's no good to me. If you want to buy something, you need to cough up pieces of eight. What, parrot? Hey, that transaction has been concluded. I got...